to win the game change.
Pando, kill the beat.
See, what you gotta understand is, this is the rawest, the realest, the most truthful, the most controversial red pill of them all. You're gonna get nothing but that raw, that uncut, that day-to-day, that makes you stronger as a man, that keeps you going. But first, I introduce you to Anthony Spade. It's a new day, men gotta wake up. Can't stay stuck when you're down on your luck. The game fucked up, but the world don't care. In the lockdown, there's a change in the air. Now they got a mask that they force you to wear. Everybody's scared, but they hoping for prayers. Stuck in the house, hibernating like a bear. Stressed out from the kids, about to pull out your hair. When the game change, man, you gotta change with it. Can't wait for it, so you gotta go get it. There's money out there, but you really don't see it. Without a freaking mask, you ain't going near it. It's easier to talk than it is to walk. Got the heart of a tiger with the eye of a hawk. Looking down at the flock that be hugging the block. Year after year, still fucking with cops. See, when you take that red pill, it opens your mind up to all of your insecurities that are holding you back. It allows you to develop the confidence to fix those insecurities, to transition them into confidence. See, the guy that you want to be, you've never been him before, so you don't know what it's like to feel like him. But all you have to do is find out who you are. Once you find out who you are, then you can be the king of your world. Stop looking at someone else's life and looking at their world, thinking that it's supposed to be you. This is Anthony Spade. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notifications button, and donate to the channel. Hasta la vista. Check, 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 check. 1, 2, check, check, check. 1, 2, 3, 4. Looks like we're back in. Let's get it going. All right, what we got in here? 37 people. We should have 37 likes. Tell me how the microphone sound and how everything else is here sounding. Siempre soy el malo del cuento, pero es que quiero darte, no paro de pensar. All right, let's get to it. Let's get a 1 in the comments. Let's see what we got going on here. Let me know where you're from. It's been a couple of days since I've been live. The internet was messing up. We went on and made some adjustments on OBS. We got my man Angel Torres in the building. Cyrus Haynes is in the building. Paradigm Thin is definitely in the building. Big shout outs to these guys. Salva Villa, big shout outs. Go Getter is in the building. Cyrus Haynes again. Another Sila Villa again. Says salute from Northern California. Sal Guzman's definitely in the building. I can tell you guys this. I really appreciate you guys showing up. I have lost a ton of subscribers over the past couple of days. But it is a good thing, all right? And we're going to be breaking down that why it's a good thing that I'm losing a lot of these bots and losing a lot of subscribers is because I am rebranding right now. Zach Boozoff, big shout outs, bro. I am rebranding right now, and I realized that as a grown man, I can't really do reaction videos for the rest of my life. I can't really do women's nature videos for the rest of my life because I'm also maturing as a man. What I was into a couple years ago, I'm not into it now. And I think that in this YouTube space, I've built up a great reputation for doing reaction videos and pretty much catering. Cyrus Haynes, big shout outs, bro. Really appreciate it. And catering more to the weaker vessel man into making him feel stronger. That I'm noticing in society, men are getting weaker by the day. Every day, men are getting weaker, and they're constantly wanting people to champion their weakness or make them feel empowered while they're weak. That's a female trait. And I'm noticing that in this space, that's what it's mainly consists of. And the more I started doing Sigma male content, the more I started being more real with my content, it seems like I'm starting to lose a lot more subscribers, which lets me know that a lot of men are starting to take a lot of things personal whenever that's coming out of my mouth, when my intentions is to help. But I'm realizing that the generation that I grew up in was different. I come from a military background. So it wasn't like, hey, if you're fat, they called you fat. It was more like, get up, we're going running today. You're going to watch what you eat. You're going to do this. We had more people that were leaders in a physical form that can grab you and help correct your life because you had leaders in your life. When I was growing up, my mom and dad were both in the military, but I was a military brat. When they were at war, I had to go live with other relatives. So in my life, I've always had people around me that were able to be an alpha influence. Even if my mother wasn't there, I've always had an alpha influence. In the modern world that we live in today, there's not that many physical alpha leaders to help the younger men come up, or to help men in general come up and become more alpha to correct them. Now, when you come across a alpha stranger and they're telling you things to correct you, people take it more personal because they would rather watch it and read it. All right. We're living in a generation where kids want to read how to be alpha versus applying it to their life and getting out there and becoming a more dominant male. They would rather get the satisfaction of knowing the knowledge of what it is to be alpha, but they're not applying this to their life to become a better person. So they become a better alpha online. They become a better alpha in the comments. They become a better alpha debater. They're able to break down descriptions of an alpha male. I binge watched yesterday about, I'll probably say 20 to 30 Sigma Nation, not Sigma Nation video, but just Sigma male videos from Samantha Lee to a lot of these other guys, think something. There's a lot of guys that make Sigma male content, but only me and Samantha show our face. I'm not understanding why a woman in the Sigma Nation, Sigma male realm is showing her face more than the men that are claiming to be Sigma males behind the scenes. So I'm realizing that in society, men are becoming more relatable to men that are just like them, regardless of what's coming out of their mouth. So if someone is able to see weakness in another man, then they're more likely to believe him because he has more relatability. And I'm noticing that we have a lot of guys behind the scenes making content, but you can't see their face. A lot of cool videos. I'm not going to lie to you. A lot of this stuff I was watching and I'm like, yo, this is some good ass editing. If you ask me, their editing is way more better than my editing. But the only thing that they're lacking is self-confidence to show their face. So technically, the people that are making content about Sigma males are not Sigma males. And I think that a lot of people truly do not understanding what I'm trying to build here whenever it comes to Sigma male is that I'm trying to recorrect a man's brain into becoming the best version of himself. All right. And when we start talking about Sigma males, I want to first go right into it. Big shout outs to Angel Torres with the $20. Angel Torres says, missed a lot of your videos from the grind, fixing my car to flip and the gym. Glad to catch you this time, big dog. Big shout outs, Angel Torres. Hey, listen here, man. I know you missed some videos, but if you out there on the grind, you flipping your car to fix and you in the gym, you're not supposed to be watching my videos, bro. You're doing exactly what my videos are supposed to inspire you to do. And I really appreciate that. And I wish there was a lot of more guys missing my videos, but not all of them. But you have to understand that we're living in a world where guys are not doing what Angel Torres is doing. They're not on the grind. They're not fixing their cars to flip in. They're not going to the gym. They're not doing masculine things. Instead, they're virtually masculine online. They're virtually masculine, which means that they're watching enough masculine content to understand the idea of being masculine. But majority of men now are not applying this to their physical life and going back into the real world and utilizing what they've learned online. So definitely big shout out to Angel Torres and Cyrus Haynes. But in my quest of me watching a lot of Sigma male content, I am realizing that a lot of people are using Sigma male as a cop-out to being a loner. And there's a fine difference between a Sigma introvert, because a Sigma's nature is to be an introvert, and there's a fine line between an introvert and a loner that I think a lot of people in this space are loners that are using Sigma as a cop-out. And yes, I do have a video coming out breaking down the differences. But before we get started, for the new people that are in here, let's just first put up my disclaimer. When I talk about a Sigma male, I will be talking about a slang term used in a masculinist subculture for a popular, successful, but highly independent and self-reliant man. Okay, this is what it is off of Google. Google says this is the definition, all right? And it says, what's the difference between a loner and an introvert? This is fresh off of Google. The difference is introverts tend to enjoy the company of certain people or have small groups of friends, while most loners tend to avoid people completely. And I really think people need to come to a clear understanding of, if you're avoiding people completely out of your life, you're a loner. An introvert, we need people to push what we created. We need people to apply what we created. We need people to profit off of what we've created. We're constantly looking to create and move to the next level. When it comes to a loner life doesn't move at all. You don't do nothing with your life. All you do is literally just be on the internet all day long, browsing and in and out of debates online or disagreeing with people so you can get some attention. That's not what I'm promoting over here. I'm getting sick of people sending me responding to Sigma males like, oh, we don't block out anybody because we don't feel the emotional nature of them. We don't have emotional to them. No, you're a loner who's antisocial and have lost trust in humanity. When you lose trust in humanity, you're emotionalist because you don't feel humans are worth anything. That's typically what loners start to do. You have to understand, every serial killer was a loner. Not introverts. The richest people in the world are introverts. Jeff Bezos, introvert. Warren Buffett. Well, Warren Buffett wasn't really an introvert. Bill Gates, introvert. The guy at Facebook, introvert, which is why he came up with Facebook. So we have to understand what we're promoting here. When I start saying Sigma male, I'm promoting a man to chase his dream and become the best version of himself. I am not promoting sitting in your house, jerking off, debating people, disagreeing for attention, and watching nothing but evil news all day and afraid to go outside. The sun hasn't hit you in a long time. You hate being out in public, and you're argumentative with everybody that's in your life. That's self-destruction. I'm not promoting loners in this space. That is self-destruction. I'm promoting, let's get out the house. Let's go take a walk. Let's eat healthier today. Let's get in the gym today. Let's come up with something new to do with our life. I'm promoting that because a lot of men now, we're in a sad situation. We're in an extremely, extremely sad situation. The amount of simps that are increasing is just, it's ridiculous. It's extremely ridiculous. The amount of men that we have doing nothing but complaining about women now is ridiculous. And the reason why is because as a man, you guys get to watch me live my life. And yes, I have started filming season 2 of Life with Anthony Spade. So make sure you subscribe to Life with Anthony Spade YouTube channel so you guys can get the second season of Life with Anthony Spade, where we're building up these cards so you can see my outside life. But back onto the subject. In real life, there's a lot of women that are extremely desperate now, and they really want men. Like, women have really hit that pinnacle where they're like, I want to be in love. I want to be this. I want to take the chance with a guy. Like, I can see it. I can physically see this everywhere I go, how desperate women have become. But what we do have is we have a lot of guys that have turned into little emotional creatures. All right? They've turned into weak men that don't even see what women are doing. They're still stuck complaining about what women have did to another man or what women have did to them. Guys, we're going to go in and out of relationships. And I tell you, you need to get hurt. You need to get your heart broken in order for you to get focused on your dreams and where you got to go. The problem is we have too many men that are not getting over it. They're not getting over it. Tiger Brand says, because of you, Mr. Spade, I'm working out more, drinking more water, and saving money for a car. Big shout outs, bro. And that's what I like to hear. I like to hear guys that are motivated to do these things, because it was at one point in my life where I couldn't do these things. I was broke, down and out. When you have military parents, there is no, son, we're going to save you. Here's some money. Son, we're going to save you and do that. When you have military parents, it's different. It's more like, get off your ass if you want to be rich. You're not going to be a weak man in my household. That's how my mom used to talk. See, a lot of these guys that have been cursed, it's just that when you and your parents got into it, you can go and abandon yourself in your room and run right to the internet and get comfort with other people who may have been through abandonment issues as well. But when I was coming up, there was no cell phone. There was no internet. So if my mom said, get off your ass and do something, I couldn't go to my room, because if I went to my room, it was boring. There was nothing in there. We didn't have computers. We didn't have chat rooms. Instagram came out in 2010. You know, Facebook went public in 2008, 2009. So you have to realize these things are fairly new to men that are over the age of 35. These things are still fairly new to us, even though the world feels like they can't go without it. You talk to the average 18-year-old, they don't know what life without it is. They only know that. So I feel like my generation, the millennials, we had the advantage because we were forced to get out the house and become a character, become a person, build character within ourselves, work, job. We had to get along. When I was coming up, the bully, the nerd, the woke dude, and the weak man, they were all part of the same crew. They were all part of the same crew. They all ran together. You just knew who was who and what was what. If you go back and watch movies like Do the Right Thing and Higher Learning, those black movies, Jungle Fever, then you could see these different personality traits as to how people got along. So I'm noticing now that people are just looking for a subculture to attach to feel like they are attached to something, which is causing people to design their personality and their thought process through words, through knowledge. Everyone's gaining the knowledge. When it comes to woman nature, you gain the knowledge of woman's nature. When it comes to psychology of people in the world, everyone's gained the psychology of people, which is why it's easy to trigger someone by coming up with clever words to put inside the comment. You know how to fish them out through words because people have put their emotions into words. And granted, I read comments too, and sometimes I do get triggered. And after I get triggered, I'm like, that's a good, clever way. So I have to refrain from going to the comments like I normally do. It's the same. I have to, being a YouTuber, we're almost forced to be in the comments. But I've learned in life that can be detrimental to me too. because I'm reading the word. So if I'm an extroverted, introverted person that can be bothered by the cleverness of what words people can use, then I know people online who lack life experiences can get caught up even more. So I'm also doing self-improvement. But for the men online, we're at a peak now where I'm probably at my most scared, because when I tell you that the Bible, Isaiah chapter 4, verse 1, when it says 7 women, pure 1 man, what happened in the last days, that's what's happening now. The only problem is this doesn't apply to every man. This still only applies to that small percentage of guys that have been getting women. The guys now, women only identify men as 2 type of guys. And I've been out in the real world. They see a simp and they see the complainer. Those are the only 2 type of men that women are seeing now. Far as good looking and fat, short, this, that, the physicality means nothing when the psyche is a complete turnoff. It's just like you hang around a really, really beautiful girl, and then after a while, you're like, man, she doesn't even have a personality. I don't even want to talk to her. She starts to look ugly, right? Okay, this is what's happening with men. You have a lot of good-looking guys out here. You have guys that are in the gym. You have guys that are looking good, nice cars, nice clothes, but their personalities suck so bad because they haven't developed a character. So they getting around women and they're either simps or they're debaters too. You know what I'm saying? They're complainers too. They're complaining about relationships, and women have hit the wall with the complaining about relationships. And now women are like, hey, guys, we want a man. But the women are like, ha ha, we don't want you now. Ha ha, we don't want you now. So now women are sharing men with other girls, while the guys are still caught up in, we don't want you now, we're to get back. We stuck there, and men are lost. But when it comes to Sigma males, today I'm going to be talking about why there is no such thing as a ugly Sigma male. And I know some guys may see this and they may gravitate towards it, but like, oh, I'm curious to hear what Anthony Spade has to say about that. Because most guys value themselves through their look. If you fat and sloppy, you automatically give yourself insecurity. If you don't have money, you automatically give yourself insecurity. Men give themselves more insecurity than what the outside world does. Majority of insecurity that men have with themselves, no one else ever sees it. No one else ever points out all the flaws that you're having with yourself. This is stuff that you do to tear down yourself, that tears down your personality, that tears down your character. But if you're claiming to be Sigma male, then we don't relate to that type of guy at all, because we always have internal confidence. One thing that men have to understand, and I'm going to go ahead and pull this up here. Let me go ahead and click over it, that I want men to see here. And where is my, there we go, screen catcher. And let me pull up this screen capture real quick. Hold on. And I want guys to see this here. Okay. If you guys can see this, this is fresh off of Google. It says, what do women find the most attractive in men? And it says, one of the most important characteristics that most women seek in modesty, outspokenness, charity, and honesty are further feminine appeal traits that are always observed along with humility. Nothing appeals to a woman more than a man with a great sense of self. Now, there's also other definitions on here as well. It says, what can girls find attractive in a guy? Older men. 2010 study that 3,700 heterosexual adults suggested that women often prefer older men. Beards. Some women still love the cleaning the shave. However, most women love the beard. Kindness and selfishness. A good first impression is volatile and laughter. Okay, did you guys notice, if you watch both of these definitions, that none of it says 6'4", 6-pack, a lot of muscles, extremely rich? You guys ever notice that? All the traits that men make themselves insecure about when it comes to women are not even the traits that women are looking for whenever it comes to a man. They're not looking for those traits. When you stop and look at the average guy that has a beautiful woman, he's normally an ugly guy. But he has other things, right? They don't really look for all that. They look for how you carry yourself. If you're an ugly guy and you're walking around like this, okay, you look like you don't have energy. But you may take an ugly guy out there that's the life of the party and women like him. How many fat guys have you seen that are the life of the party? They got a great charismatic attitude and women just love being around them. I know plenty of fat dudes that own businesses, very charismatic, got a little gold chain, talk with a little raspy voice and talk like they cool and got women left and right because of how they're carrying themselves. You have to understand, a Sigma male realizes a woman doesn't know what she wants. If you ask a woman what she wants, she's going to say, oh, I want a guy, financial stability. I want him to be nice and this. They never start off with a 6-pack, 6'4" tall and that. The only time that they say that is when you tell them to break down specifics, but only when it's in a debatable situation. When women are just describing what they want, they never say 6 foot and a 6-pack and all that. No, buddy, that's just how you feel. And in this space, we are programmed to speaking from the weaker man's point of view. Understand that. It's psychological. I'm not going to say women prefer guys that are 6'4" and in a 6-pack. When I know the last time I had a 6-pack was when I was 18 and 21 years old. And I can pull them left and right. Granted, I'm cute, yeah, but it's personality and confidence. But today we're going to be breaking down what is the psychology of a Sigma male that makes him so attractive to a woman that it does not matter what he looks like. He can be an ugly guy, all right? He could be a short guy. He could be a guy that's not the norm. What is it about him that's going to make him attractive? It's going to be the little things. You know why? Because if you're a Sigma male, you already are chasing your dreams. You're already working on self-improvement. You've already cut out all the leeches in your life. You're not battling depression. You're not battling loneliness. So a Sigma male naturally is already walking around with the energy of a confident man. All right, that's the angle I'm speaking from. If you do not fit these characteristics, I'm not talking about you. So please, let's not get in the comments disagreeing. We don't disagree. You're not him. If you're not doing what I just named, I'm not talking to you. Let's get that straight before I get started. As a Sigma, you better be in the gym. If you're not a Sigma. You better have goals today when you woke up. If not, you're not a Sigma. You better have showered today. If you didn't, you're not a Sigma. If you didn't wake up every day and be grateful for being alive and telling yourself you're going to take advantage of every second of your life and you're not going to waste your time, you are not a Sigma. Let's get that straight. If you're not outside, you're not a Sigma. You notice I'm giving you guys a lot of videos outside after I do my little daily walks because that's what I do to clear my head. If you're not doing things like that with your life, you are not a Sigma male and I'm not speaking to you. So I don't need you to comment, I disagree, Sigmas it is and Sigmas of that, nah, that and Sigmas. Sigma doesn't hide behind cameras. You got something to say to me, you need to make a video about it. The bitch shit don't work over here no more. Right? For all my Sigma males, I'm going to go deeper into detail as to why there's no ugly Sigma male. For one, women do not look at the physicality of a man when you have the confidence. Understand that. A Sigma male, some guys will look at themselves and they're going to say, I'm fat, sloppy, I don't take care of my hair, and I'm this, but I'm a loner though, and I do this. No, see, a lot of you guys are masculine traits because you learned them. You haven't applied it in your life, but you psychologically have tricked yourself that you're an alpha male. No, buddy. If you ain't making sure that you're trying to at least have a decent haircut, you're not a Sigma male. If you ain't at least keeping your beard groomed up a little bit to look halfway decent, you're not a Sigma male. If you're not taking at least value into what you look like and to be presentable, you're not a Sigma male. And I'm not telling you to overdress. I'm not telling you to get an over haircut. But looking like a slob is not a Sigma male. Wearing the same clothes dusty is not a Sigma male. Not getting a haircut, it's not a Sigma male. So a Sigma male physicality is always looking confident, not girlish. Oh, I got on a fly ass suit, gold chains and rings and a Rolex, and my hair is good, my teeth is good. No, she can see your insecurity. You're trying too hard to look perfect. That's not a Sigma male. We dress regular. We don't wear loud clothes everywhere we go, making it a point to try to outdress a woman. That ain't what we doing. So I'm not talking to that type of guy. All right, let's get to the first psychological trait that a Sigma male has that other men don't have, and that's self-respect, dignity. What do I mean? You will never, ever see a Sigma male online spilling his heart out, ever. Sigma males, when they go through problems, they don't go run to the internet. Oh, you just got to do this because heart heals and you can get over pain. Pain is just weakness leaving the body. Sometimes you know who real is just by ignoring them, and you can see who they are. You want to know who your real friends are? Just don't call nobody and see who calls you first. Sigma males don't do that shit. There ain't nobody that can go see a Sigma male online and say he's going through pain. He's going through that. We don't spill our heart out to everybody because we can handle the pain and the drama that comes in our life. That's what deep thoughts are for. So one thing you have to understand about a woman is that when she come across a man she may be interested in and start to exchange conversation with him, she's going to become an investigator. And when she investigates a Sigma male, she's looking for habits. She's looking for habits in this man. She's looking for certain characteristic traits because in her mind, the average girl mind, when they come across a guy, she's going to automatically identify you as a simp or a complainer in modern time. This is what women see, not what you want them to see. They don't see a Sigma male complaining online, pulling his heart out. They don't see a Sigma male doing stupid shit for attention. You have a lot of guys that are goofy now. They're little boys. And I've told men this before. We have too many grown men that are little boys in their 30s now. Men are maturing later in life because they're jerking off more. They're losing testosterone. So they're staying in the gilly emotional phase longer. You got guys that are 27, 28, 29 years old walking around scratching their head trying to figure out what they're going to do with their life. Oh, I'm just going to make a TikTok video today. I'm just going to get online and I'm going to talk some shit real quick and see how many of the bros out there agree with me. Well, guess what? A woman's going to sit back and watch all that. She going to see those videos you made. She going to see those comments you made. She going to start studying you. But when she gets to a Sigma male, she's not going to be able to study much. When girls go to my Instagram, the only thing that they're going to know, this dude is really into cars. He likes cars. He races cars. He's into cars. Cars. They don't see emotional shit on my page. They don't see me spilling my heart out. They don't see me doing stupid, goofy shit for attention. They see a man in motion. That's what's one of the first psychological traits that a woman sees in a Sigma male and she likes that separates him from the rest of the men is that he can accept it and move on with his life. Whatever happens in his life, he can move on. He doesn't let the world know how he's feeling inside. Too many guys are letting the world know how they feel inside, and women see that as a complete turnoff. It'll bother a woman for you to get your number, you guys exchange who you are, but she's at home investigating you just as much as you are investigating her. The only problem is when she looks at your timelines and stuff, it look like a whole bunch of goofy shit. It like a whole bunch of complaining shit. It looked like a whole bunch of little boy shit. But when she looks at a Sigma male's timeline, she's like, yo, this guy right here, he's doing things with his life. He's in motion. I don't see nothing emotional has slowed him down. He's still moving. I can see he's moving. So now she starts to see a man with a vision. She's not seeing a man lashing out for attention. She's not seeing a man crying out for attention. She's not seeing a man begging for a woman to love him. She doesn't see that. She sees a stern guy that knows where he wants. That becomes attractive to a woman because regardless of what the guys look like that she come across, she only sees simps and complainers. That's real life. And now we're at the point of life where men don't want to be told the truth to change. Men aren't realizing we've really went backwards. We haven't went forward with masculinity. It's went backwards. More men have been pushed into lonerhood. That lonerhood has made them antisocial, but at the same time, it's made them needy for attention. More antisocial, the more needy for attention. So now you have a lot of guys out here, they're very expressatory about their emotions. They're really into their emotions that they express them fast. She could see you, how reactive you are. But with a Sigma male, they're not. Granted, I'm not perfect. I slip up from time to time, but I catch myself. But when it comes to women, she doesn't care what that man looked like, when he has dignity, when he could stand like a man, when he could take on pain, when he could take on things, and he's able to face the challenge, and he's not looking for the pity party. He's not looking to crowd around somebody. That stands out more. You could be an ugly guy standing next to a beautiful guy. If that beautiful man starts to act like a woman, starts to act feminine, starts to cry about everything, but you're the regular dude sitting there saying nothing, like you can handle it, like he's a clown, you're going to be more attractive to a woman. Why? Because you already have a protective nature. You can always stand your ground. She likes that in you. Why? Because her true nature is going to be a man who's dominant. This is why guys who may be pretty, who may have good jobs, would still lose your woman to a guy who can hold his own. That doesn't require looks. I'm going to tell you guys again, most men that are in relationships for long periods of time are not good-looking guys, are not guys over 6'4", are not guys with six packs. We say women want that a lot because it plays into the insecurity of the man online who's giving himself excuses for not getting women. So when we know what you're insecure at, we could say, oh, women only like guys that got money. Women only like guys that are 6 foot tall. She would have liked me if I would have did this. She would have liked me if I would have did that. All we got to do is repeat the echo chamber of what the fuck you're thinking. You like it. We connect. You keep watching the videos, et cetera, et cetera. You donate, blah, 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 blah. We know. We pass these secrets amongst each other behind the scenes. You are the bot. Let's not sit here and act like people have friends. This is all entertainment. So understand, Sigma, we live in a real world. In the real world, women see crybabies, weak men, suckers. But then they say, I'm going to use him because I have no respect for him because he's not standing his ground like a man. But online, we're supposed to tell you she's fucked up for doing that. But in real life, I'm like, get $100 out of this nigga and take us out to eat. See, I've been that dude, getting my dick sucked while the boyfriend's calling. That's what I'm telling you. When it comes to these women, it doesn't matter what you look like. Whenever you can handle pain, you can handle your emotion, you can stand strong like a man, because that already shows a sense of protection. Every guy that you see that may not be good looking, if he has those features, he has the woman. Period. Next feature is going to be mannerism. Being a gentleman. This stands out a lot to a woman. You know why? Once again, she's used to simps and she's used to what other type? The complainer. Now, when it comes to being a gentleman, this is a guy in public, when he walks around, he's still, yes, no, that. He's not bitter about life. He'll still open doors for certain girls that he's not trying to fuck. He'll still help the old lady cross the road. He'll still talk. He can still talk with respect when he get around women because he knows the different type of women. See, women are used to the guy that dates the Shaniquas, the hood rats. She's used to going on a date with that guy, and she's a different type of woman, and he's complaining about the bottom feeder bitch that did him wrong. That's what women are used to. They're used to guys lashing out on dates, like the video I reacted to the other day where the guy was making the woman, he's gonna eat in front of her and all kind of shit like that, take her on a date, eat in front of her, and say, hey, where your money at? We ain't going back to the house. I did a bot video where I made him look like what he was doing was cool, right? People liked it. They watched it, right? Give it a clap. Pretty good video. He got her back, didn't he? He made her eat. He ate his steak in front of her. She shouldn't have went on the date, right? That's bot shit. That nigga's a sucker. That's a bitch nigga. That's what women are used to going out on dates with. They only make guys like me look good because when we got on a date, you ain't going to know about what happened with the other girl. I'm going to spend more time twisting conversations to get her to talk so I can study who she is. So when it comes to a Sigma, just a simple fact, he could still be a real man in real life. He could stand strong. He could shake people's hands and he could look at them in their eye. That shows signs that he's a dominant male and that he's not a bitter little boy. We have a lot of grown men now that are just bitter little boys. You're going out with women trying to prove something. You're trying to debate people. But with us, we're like, hey, that's just biscuit head bitches. Women are going to be like that. That's what a Sigma is like. We're like, yo, women are going to be like that. Let women be that way. We're going to do our own thing, but we can still be respectful. We know how to adjust to each type of woman that we are around. We don't take the bitterness into a whole nother relationship and put fault on the next woman. We don't give women a one size fit all. Why? Because we realize that each woman is going to be different. What they have in common is that they live life through emotion. Once you accept woman's nature, then it is extremely easy for you to guide yourself around it. But the little boys don't understand that. They get hurt and all women are bad. But if they don't correct it, they continue to go their life lonely and sad, thinking it's all about the women. That's where they lose. When they get to a Sigma male, our conversations are so different. Our approach is so different. The awareness around us becomes different. We're still gentlemen. We still walk around with respect. We still sit around the old ladies and call her Miss Johnson, Miss that, Miss that. We're still telling our elders, yes, sir, no, sir. We still do that. We ain't the younger crowd that's calling older people old heads. That ain't what we doing. We can still walk around with respect, which means we can still stand as a man. We can still stand as a gentleman that women like. This is why Sigma males stand out. We have all the psychological traits that women are looking for that they ignore the physicality just to get to something more soothing. Big shout out to Sexual Mind Eye. He says, I'm a conspiracy theorist. I was born in 1989. I'm a truck driver and I'll be outside. I still remember beepers. So all that conspiracy theories are just weirdos inside a phone all day. He is absolutely right. Big shout out to that dude. He's absolutely right. And one of the reasons why I'm doing this live is because I have to show guys, when you're a Sigma male, it's all psychological. When it comes to life now, life is all psychological. We're in spiritual warfare. A Sigma male, we're very aware that we are in spiritual warfare. The bad is outweighing the good. The strong is disappearing. The weak is starting to appear as strong, and strong is starting to feel like the devil. That's what we have. Masculinity is starting to feel like the devil because even men can't handle it. I don't even know how military now is even operating. When I was coming up and I went into the military, they'll get in your face. Your drill sergeant will push you. I broke my arm in basic because you know why? We had to fight. Everybody know when there's a fight in basic training, where do everybody go to? The bathrooms. Why did you go to the bathrooms? Because there's no cameras there. And we had to fight to become tougher. Guys now don't want to fight to become tougher. The weak hood dudes, they want to shoot it out. That's it. They just shooting all day long, lashing out. But everybody else want to scream and shout online. And then when it's face to face, now everybody want to talk it out. But y'all want to talk real bad online. Everybody wants to be real and bad online. That's where we at. The more you try to prove that you're bad online, the less masculine you become as a man. The more you destroy yourself. Men are not understanding. You cannot be attached to a digital world. It will fuck your brain all the way up. It will mess your moods all the way up. So the advantage that a Sigma male has is that he still has manners. He's still a gentleman. He's not a bitter little boy walking around mad at the world. That's what makes him stand out to a woman, is because when she see him, he may still open the door for her. But that doesn't mean that he like her, because she already sees his demeanor as, all right, he ain't opening the door because he can't get bitches. He opening up a door because I just happen to be there. See, the simps, y'all gonna open up a door and she damn near 10 feet away from the damn door. It ain't like that. If she ain't right there within 3 feet, that door will be getting shut in her face if she's 10 feet away. I'm not holding the door that long. But when it's called for, we do it. We're still gentlemen. We still talk to people with respect. We don't talk to people like we got an attitude and people are like, hey, what's wrong with you, man? Hey, something bothering you? That's how most of these dudes are now. You guys talk and make funny faces to where everybody's like, yo, what's up with your boy? Like I just did we did a car meet on last Saturday. And a lot of people give funny faces when they get around me and I'm like, yo, what's up with your boy? Oh, he heard. Like, I don't even know, dude. How the fuck you gonna let somebody I don't know tell you about me? And now, like, that's where we at. We on petty shit with dudes. All you're doing is pushing women to me. That's all you're doing. And I have a woman. But we live in a society now where women are like, Aunt, look at all these bitch ass niggas out here, Aunt. And I'm like, yo, I got a woman. I done got the woman I wanted. I'm good. That's why I know a lot of these guys, bro, I'm seeing it every single day. I'm seeing it. Little boys are running around hurt and bitter, slowly graduating towards men, slowly gravitating towards the LGBT. That's where they going. Not Sigmas. We realize what it is and we can still stand strong as a man with manners. Next, that she loves about him. Leadership and ambition. One thing that stands out the most whenever it comes to women is the simple fact that a man is able to place his purpose above her. This is what makes a Sigma male the most attractive. It's because she may know people that he know, right? And she may be interested in them, but she wants to learn more because she's went online. She done searched Instagram. She done searched everywhere for this Sigma. But now she knows the crowd that he be at. She tries to get close to that crowd. But one thing she notices about a Sigma male, he's not with the crowd every day. He's not with the crowd every week. He looks like it, but he's not. The more she starts to investigate a Sigma male, the more she realizes his purpose is above everything. His purpose is above his friends. His purpose is above having fun. Because in the real world, when women want to gravitate towards you, they're going to try to get around the people you know. They're going to try to place themselves around the people that you know. But the Sigma male is never around them. Granted, for car stuff, do I have to be around the crowd? Yes, I do. But if we're not doing a car show, one thing that people in the car community would tell you, Anthony is by himself. I customize my cars by myself. I don't have a partner in there helping me customizing cars unless I'm doing a Pro Charger. But when it comes to wrapping a car, I wrap the cars myself. Tire stickers, I do that myself. Interior, I do all of that myself to my cars. I do it by myself. And then I put it in the crowd for a showcase. That's typically what introverts do. We isolate ourselves to do what we want, and then we bring it out. That's why so many introverts are what? Artists. A lot of introverts are artists. Draw, sketching, imaginative, creating music. You're going to see more introverts creating music and doing arts and designs, and then they put it on display. It's not a loner. A loner doesn't have any talent at all. They're just sitting at home by themselves, mad at life, what life has did to them, blaming life for everything that's happening to them, sad and depressed and miserable, always arguing, fighting with somebody. When somebody's trying to cheer them up, they'll rather be angry. They take somebody trying to cheer them up as a sign of disrespect. That's depression. That's not introvertish. So when it comes to an introverted man, we take charge of what we want. We have a lot of ambition. When she goes sit around the average guy, he's simping to get her, or he complaining about women and fucking up the whole mood. They come around us, I'm like, listen, grab that fucking towel over there, wipe down them tires or something. Hold this piece of wrap so I can lay it down real quick. Or go grab the camera, record me. We get ready to go to the track and go racing. Like, that's what it's like when you're with me. That's what it's like when you're with a Sigma. Our purpose, what we want to do, comes first, and women tag along to it because it's moving in motion. When she gets around the other guys, it's more like, damn, I guess I'm going to use them. Take me to the park. Take me out to eat. Let's go over my friend's house. Let's go do this. You know why? Because most guys are allowing the woman to be the fucking leader. You're simping so hard that the woman's your fucking leader. Now you're in a relationship with a woman where you know her friend's business more than anything. You know everybody's business, but you don't have a life of your own. That's what women are used to. Simps and complainers. The guy that's, oh man, honey, why you do that? Why you acting like that? You're hoping that you can get around somebody and they speak fucking for you. That's what a lot of these guys are doing. They hoping they come across an Anthony Spade. Hey, can you tell my girl what you said in your video, bro? That's what you want. But it ain't like that with Sigmas. You don't have to be a pretty guy to be a leader. You don't have to be the best looking guy to be a leader, a certain height to be a leader. Most leaders are short. So when it comes to the physicality of a man, it doesn't matter to a woman if your psychology is right. You could be an ugly guy, but be very interesting to a girl because you have a lot going on. Your life's exciting. Or you could be a good-looking guy that women like for attention, but y'all sitting at home all day. She watching him play video games all day. Y'all doing the same shit, walking around the mall and going to go eat. And now you back playing video games, or y'all going to a club popping bottles, or you're double dating with another couple, or you're going to a barbecue. The life stays in the same routine of cycle of shit that starts to bore a woman. But when it comes to a Sigma male, we have so much ambition that we get bored with stuff. You guys probably see that with me. Y'all get Sigma male videos, reaction videos. You get all kind of shit from me, don't you? Because I can't be stagnant doing the same thing because my brain doesn't work in a robotic form. This is what women find the most attractive. When I get around Anthony Spade, there's never a dull moment because his brain is constantly running with ideas. That's more of a turn on to a woman than a good-looking man that just stands still all damn day and do nothing. And I keep telling you guys, an ambitious dummy gets further in life than a lazy genius. A lazy genius is someone with a lot of knowledge that does not know how to apply it to his life. You talk about a dummy. A dummy is a person that don't have the knowledge, but have the ambition to go and seek the knowledge so he can apply it to his life. Let's run that back. The lazy genius is the person with all the knowledge that does not know how to apply it to his life. The dumb, ambitious person is the person that's willing to seek to get the knowledge and apply it to his life. This is why he gets further in life. So everyone that's, oh, I'm smart, I know this, I can spell correct you, I could grammar correct you, I could do this, that, and I'm smart, but you still sitting inside of a room and you ain't went nowhere with your life, you ain't got no friends, you ain't got no social life, you ain't got nothing, and I'm supposed to be sitting here making it feel like you're a real man? Fuck you, nigga, you a bum. That's where we at with it. Yeah, I know it hurt. Go ahead and unsubscribe. I don't need you. Sigma Nation going in a whole different direction, and bitch ass niggas would not be riding this train. You're not. We getting this straight right now. I am sick of this fucking whack ass shit when it comes to men. I am at the point of my life where I hate men, not women, not women. I'm hating the guys now. This is a fucking shame. I feel like I'm talking to fucking women when I'm talking to fucking men now. This is sad. In a fake world, I'm supposed to still be trying to make this guy feel like he's the man. I'm supposed to still be saying, man, women don't want these guys. They just want to be good dudes and shit at home. Don't nobody want no lame, man. Don't nobody want to be around a boring motherfucker. That's why Sigmas stand the fuck out. No matter what we look like, no matter what we go through, we still get off our ass and go do stuff. This is why the ugly man becomes the most successful. The short man becomes the most successful. It's all about ambition. The ugly men and the short men live a way better life than the good-looking guy. The good-looking guy just loads up on baby mamas. As he gets older, he starts to smoke cigarettes. His looks start to fade. He becomes fat and sloppy. He's just a cute older guy that hangs down at the fucking bar. In life, you're going to notice that ugly guy that accepts the fact that he's ugly and he moves on, he gets the women. Because he's a Sigma. He has the ambition. He takes control over his life. That's what it's all about. That's what makes him more attractive. Women are not attracted to physicality. Little girls are. Little girls are. When it comes to survival, as women get around 25, 26, she's gravitating towards the man who could be a man and who could stand his own ground. She's not gravitating towards the guy who's simping and complaining about women, who's claiming he's 25 and he's going to be single for the rest of his life and he don't need women. That guy is done. And in society, we have so many guys, you're done. There is no hope for most men now. There's no hope at all. I keep trying to tell men, feminine energy is the worst energy because when you get it, you can't kick it. You won't be able to give it back. And the reason why you won't be able to give it back is because emotions have the most control over a human being. Feminine nature gives you more happiness moments than masculinity. When people are suffering depression, they need a happy feeling. This is where drugs come into play. This is where junk food comes into play. This is what evil thoughts come into play. An idle mind is a devil's playground. What happens when things stand still too long? They start to develop bacteria that destroys the brain. Men are in a position to self-destruct by first getting control over their emotion, by first been uncontrolled over their emotions, which is why you have so many men lashing out, killings, things like that are happening left and right. Look at the teenagers that just shot up that Alabama party, and look at the killings before that. Everyone with feminine energy, when men get feminine energy, they're lashing out. The difference between a man and a woman is that women are lashing out for attention when they don't have control over their emotions. When it comes to men still have an alpha dominancy in them. So when they develop a feminine trait, they lash out in a physical way. A feminine trait, they lash out in a physical way. Women don't necessarily lash out in a physical way. Men do. And now we have a lot of guys, that's where they're at. The feminine energy has taken over. They're weaker and weaker and weaker, more slumped and more depressed, more sad. They're done. There's only one other option after this, and that's the LGBT. You won't be able to come back over into a masculine form. That's going to be the hardest thing for you to do. Once that feminine energy take over, you're not coming back over here anymore. And I'm not, on this channel, I'm not feeding into that. Will I give you reaction videos? Yeah, I'll make you feel good for a little bit. That's where the money at. Tito Smile says, when you finally turn off the internet and go outside, you can see the pain of a lot of men's faces. You're absolutely right, brother. That's why I'm doing this. It's because men have been defeated. There's no coming back from this. Men have been defeated. Female nature has won. No matter how many years this manosphere, or whatever space this is, which we're pulling away from. If you're part of Sigma Nation, we will be pulling away from everybody. I'm letting you know that right now. We're moving in our own direction. But if you notice, a lot of men are in this space. No matter how many years this manosphere has been around, no matter how much red pill content's been put out, how many reaction videos been put out, how many lectures have been put out, how many videos why the black women is so bad been put out, why the black women destroy their black community been put out. No matter how much of that been put out about women, those women still manage to come and conquer the space. They still manage to gain power in this space. So, in my opinion, it's over. This space is no longer needed. At this point, it's mental illness. Everything is mental illness now. These content creators want to keep your views. You better go make a video about why black women are bad. If you make every video why black women are bad, you will have you will have the best career in this space. That's all you need to do. That's the blueprint of it. I'm seeing guys with no experience in life whatsoever that they just stick to that concept, and now they're making a lot of money on YouTube with just that concept. So understand, it works. But it's weakening men. It done weaken men to the point where they're just stuck being complainers, and that's all they know. You're making me look good to women. You're making me look sexy to women. You're pushing women to other guys that you think are going to have your back when it comes to women, and they're not. Nobody in this space has your back because life is still lived in a physical form. You haven't changed your brain to a chip yet. You still got to live a physical life. So the guys that are online and this is what you are, your physical life sucks. Now you're eating bad, fat, sloppy, and life is just deteriorating. She doesn't want you. Nobody does. But she's going to want that Sigma because he's not sitting around worried about all this shit. He can handle all that shit, and he takes life on with a lot of ambition. The next reason that there's no such thing as an ugly Sigma male is because we have the knowledge and the experiences, not just the knowledge. There's a big difference. When you have the knowledge and you've applied it to your life, you're going to be able to talk from a realistic point of view whenever you're talking to women, and there's no guessing with them. I keep trying to tell you guys, more guys are trying to trick women into liking them versus just being completely honest with women. With a Sigma male, we can be completely honest at all time because that's the only way that you can survive in the real world. You cannot survive in the real world on lies. You can survive online with lies because there's always somebody to believe it. But it's not like that in the real world. When you fill your life up with lies in the real world, all you do is make yourself more insecure, and then you'll go back into being antisocial because you're going to be afraid of someone exposing the truth of what you're trying to hide. That's why they say when people drink alcohol, alcohol brings out those inner thoughts of people. It's because the person that's hiding the most, when they get drunk, they lash out the most because they've been holding in so much. Sigmas aren't like that. When you have the knowledge and the experience, we can always teach from a realistic point of view because this is how we cope with the real world. When you're used to the truth always sets you free because you're not hiding anything in. Big shout outs to AirMax29. Comes in with the $10. Really appreciate it, my dude. Really appreciate it. Y'all put some respect on that man's name. And I thought that man had a wrench. Hold on. Oh, he is a moderator. Why isn't my screen showing me everybody's wrenches? Chad David in the building. Big shout out to my dude. Why aren't they showing me everybody's wrench? All right, Air Max, you got a wrench. I was just checking. I thought he didn't have a wrench. But like I was saying, when you have the knowledge and the experience, you move through life differently because you start to build up a character. This is what allows guys to say, hey, I'm on my third passport. I just went to this country for a little bit. I went to that country for a little bit. I went to this country for a little bit. I went to this country for a little bit. Okay, when you see guys getting passports and they're doing it the real passport, bro, Ray, okay, that's what you champion. Once you realize in life that it's just a game, and that you're in control of your destiny, then it's easier for you to get out and do things. It's easier for you to travel. It's easier for you to see things. When you're not moving in life, all you're doing is analyzing everybody else's life and commenting on what you like or don't like about normal people. That's what most people are doing now. They don't live a life. They don't go nowhere. They're on their phones all the time. Everything that they're doing outside the phone is argumentative. Your communication with people is argumentative. When it comes to your physicality, you stop caring about what you look like because you don't need to see people. Majority of people that's still wearing masks now are just ugly people. Majority of people that's walking around with their hoodie on during the day are broke people. Like, these mindsets can easily be spotted when we're out in public now. We know who's suffering from depression. We know who's sad. When you stop and you look at life from those angles and you see the different personalities, it's easy for you to move through because one thing that you know, feminine energy and depression are two things that men have to conquer, but men are too weak to conquer those things now. So we're going to have less men that are going to actually be men, and we're going to have more men that are walking around as females. They're technically females. This is why you see so many men transitioning. Lack of experiences. See, you got to understand, you can have the knowledge. You can read 12 books today, you know what I'm saying, and come back and tell people about those 12 books that you read today. Look, man, I read this book about such and such. Oh, I read this book about that. Oh, I read this book about that. You ever read a book about such and such? You ever read such and such, such and such, Scott? You ever notice these people don't get women and people don't like them? They don't like you. Go around a group of people and start telling them about what book you like. Watch how fast you don't have any friends. Because the real world don't play that game. In the real world, everybody vibrates off of frequencies. This is why the Sigma male stands out the most, regardless of what he looks like. If he's short and fat, he's still going to walk around like, yeah, I'm cool. I got it. He's still going to be respectable to people. He's still going to be on this grind. And women still going to love him. Because he walks around with a certain girth. A lot of these dudes, y'all walking around like this, mad at other guys, beefing with other guys, arguing with other guys. Most of these niggas are just like women. You got groups of women, groups of guys that are just petty like women, and the groups of women that are walking around like fucking dudes. But when it comes to the sexual side and it comes to getting women, that is fairly easy now. When it gets to that Sigma, he's the only male in modern time that has the knowledge and the ambition and applies his knowledge to the ambition and create experiences. Sigma males are living their best life. Sigma male got a passport, but a Sigma male is not a passport bro. A Sigma male doesn't have to go to the Philippines to get a woman or go to the DR to buy whores to make it look guys, look how easy it is to buy whores over here. This why you don't get no fucking bitches, nigga. You guys, you passport bros have made it a thing to record yourself buying the pussy now? What we doing? And we supposed to champion that because y'all don't do shit with your life but stay online. And online is filled with fake people. All these niggas is fake. The more faker you are online, the more popular you're going to be. The more you can make the masses of fake, depressed people feel normal, the more popular you're going to be. That's how this space works. All these dudes are weird as hell. But we supposed to be making these niggas feel like they doing the right fucking thing. Oh yeah, you're right, bro. Black women ruined the entire relationship. We should just kill them off, right? How that sound? How that sound? This is why other cultures are looking on the outside, looking into black communities like, damn, y'all really hate each other. You guys people are making a living. Because most of this content, it's not for white guys, not for Latino guys. You have a small percentage of those guys that hate their women, only a small. But online, every black man hates the black woman. Sigmas, we don't walk around with that fucking hate on us, bro. We adjust to each type of woman that comes into our life. We know what black women you talking about when you say that. These dudes in these spaces have pushed women into the hands of real niggas to the point where the real men like me, it's so many women coming our way, we don't know what to do with it. But when we look online, these numbers are increasing. Femininity in men is increasing. Men have lost. Sigmas haven't. We're the only form of a man right now that shows masculinity. Even the alphas are not even showing masculine. They're just becoming better leaders of the betas. MMD comes in with the 10 bucks. He says, hey, took a girl out for lunch and went very well. I'm going out again next week. I wonder, what other red flags should I look for other than the main ones? Your experiences have to lead you the way from here, bro. At some point, all the knowledge is there. You have to apply it in order to gain the experience. You know what to do. The slower you move, the faster she will. When she starts moving, you watch her nature. All right? You have to keep in mind, if you guys are in a good flow, let it go. Stop trying to find fault. Just let it go. You only try to find fault if you feel you're maybe getting attached to her too soon. So if you're going on a date with a woman and you're watching her, you want to watch her for at least 3 dates. Keep it distance. You know what I'm saying? Keep it distance. If you say, oh, we're going out again next week, don't call her until it's time to go out. You don't need to talk to her in between at all. Leave it alone. If she already said we want to go and you said you want to go, cool, leave it alone. Remember, the slower you move, the faster she will. When she starts moving fast to get you, you can see what she's capable of because that's how women are reading you. Men are moving faster than them and they can see everything in the man. They can see him being fake. They can see him trying to talk a certain way. No, slow it down. You got past the first date. She's agreed to a second date. slow it down. Let it just build into that second date. The red flags come in when the energy starts to break. You know, it's like, oh, you're having a good conversation, and all of a sudden she has to interrupt you and talk to one of her friends. Now her friend is so important to talk about nothing. Let me get off the phone. I'm sorry about that. Let her go. That's the little shit you got to watch out for when she starts doing those type of things. Other than that, if she's placing the conversation that you and her are having as the most important thing, you rock with it. When she starts bringing her outside world into y'all conversation, leave it alone. If you start to know too much about all her friends, get ready to leave it alone. All right? Those are the only red flags you got to really watch out for at this beginning phase. Is if she's valuing the time you guys spent together or she's valuing the phone. That's what I would look at for the most part. All right? Back onto the Sigma Nation and Sigma males and why they're so attractive to a woman. One of the main reasons why Sigma males are the most attractive to a woman is because we're the last of the real men. And I don't want a lot of loners to come into this space trying to give yourself a Sigma male title when you know that ain't how it's rocking. MMD said, hey, I took that advice and it worked on the no contact with her, but she moving at a crawl and wants me to move first. How you know she wants you to move first? Did you ask her? How did you guys get on that conversation for her to know if you move first? If you're setting the dates, just take charge and setting the dates. Just be very clear. I want to take you here at this time. I want to take you here at this time. Just be more direct. You know what I'm saying? He says, I took your advice and it worked, no contact but her. Okay, if she's moving at a crawl, don't go chasing after her. The worst thing you can do is chase after her. If she's moving at a crawl, slow it down a little bit. Slow it down. Don't rush it. Don't rush it. I'm telling you, you're rushing it causes, when you rush things with a woman, it kills the energy faster. And too many guys feel like if I don't jump up and be aggressive towards her early, another man's going to come along. No, you just need to make the time that you and her spend together count. Guys don't know that. Make it count. Make it fun. Make her laugh. You know what I'm saying? And then disappear to a no contact. So she thinks the last time I was with this guy, I felt good. Women live off their feelings. So with me, if I knew I made a woman laugh and the chemistry was good, I used to hope that a woman go on a date with another guy. I used to hope, like, I hope she go on another date. I hope she go out with that other dude. You have to realize the more other guys that they come across and you stand out more than them, the more they're going to love you in the long run. I'm letting you know that right now. Women are getting approached every single day. Women got guys that want to get with them every single day. You have to make yourself look like you're nothing like these other guys. Because even though y'all went on a date, there's still 15 other niggas in her DM. But you want to know something? She done saw you in a physical form. You know what she's used to? She's used to simps. She's used to weirdos. So if you're going out on a date with her in a physical form, you've already bypassed the hundreds of niggas she's already looked at online that didn't qualify. You have to always know that. After each date, there's still more guys. But the more guys she come across and the more differently she feels about them, but she always remembers like, oh man, when I was with him, I had so much fun. That's what you want. The next date, make it memorable. No flowers, nothing lavish. It's all about emotion to women. Emotion. It's all about making them feel emotional, like, it's something about them I just want to know. Not buttering her up. It's we cracking jokes, we could do this. You're not really lovey-dovey with her. You guys are just regular people. Like, treat her like a regular person to where the moods are good. Like, she's happy being around you. That's what matters. Because you know why? She may see another guy, right? Online. And she may be like, all right, I went on a date with this guy, but this guy's kind of cute. Let me see what he's doing. And she get in a text message and going back and forth with him. But then, like, she don't respond to that nigga, right? And then that nigga send her a message like, bitch, why the fuck didn't you respond to my message, you fucking hoe? You know what I'm saying? Y'all bitches be out here playing all these motherfucking games and shit like that. Boom, 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 right? He just made you look good. He just made you look even better. Every guy that she comes across, put her in a negative state of mind, is going to always make you look good. That's why I tell you, Sigma males stand out the most, because when women come hang around us, they be around us, they have a good time, they learn something, they see that we active, and then when they try to go entertain their options, they realize their options are bored and stale and nobody wants to be around that. Nowadays, the mental condition is everything, not your physicality anymore. If you're good mentally, then your physicality is going to show it. That's what men aren't understanding here. I'm sexy and I got a body. No, go to the gym right now. That dude with the best body ain't got no bitches. He walking around the gym because women are looking at him like he's a jock. Like, oh, he's only into lifting weights. He has nothing else special about him. When they get around Anthony Spade, it's like, damn, this nigga, YouTuber, car customizer, fucking music producer, songwriter, builder, organizer, car show runner. Like, I have so much going on that just keeps me active that when they go around other dudes, those other dudes are simps or lames. I look even better. That's what men have to understand. You have to make yourself look better by making sure the energy around y'all is good and that it's not simping energy, that it's just cool energy. Like I said, when Sigmas walk into a room, we don't look at women in their eyes. We don't. We wait for them to start worming and put themselves in front of us, worried why we ain't looking at them because the last 90 guys walked in and looked at her and gave her a damn compliment. We don't do shit like that over here. So understand, you have the advantage. When you see a woman, automatically say to yourself, her only options are simps and complainers. That's it. And women are sick of simps and complainers. The guy you think can pull the women doesn't pull them at all. You have way too many guys now acting like they pull bitches and they don't. They just down low niggas in training. Trust me, I see this shit all day long, bro. The advantage now as a man is to stand as a man. Sigma males stand out the most now because we're not complaining and we're not simping. We're getting up and we're getting it done. And that's what women want in a man now. They don't have time for debates anymore. They don't have time to deal with a crybaby of a man, bro. Like, I'm sorry, but that shit's old at this point. But it's so profitable. It is just so profitable to just watch these lame ass niggas make videos where you're constantly counteracting a woman's actions. Will a woman hit the wall at some point? Yes. But a lot of you dudes, you've hit the wall by just standing still. Fat, sloppy, ain't doing nothing, slumped into depression. That's worse than a woman getting into her 30s and realizing her looks are wearing out. You niggas are feeling like this at 20 years old. The average guy that watched this content is not in shape. Like, let's just keep the shit funky here. You're not chasing your fucking dreams. You're sitting back waiting for me to say something about women that helps you feel empowered. The weak man shit, this shit is old, bro. This shit is corny. And the reason why I'm saying that is because most of you bitch ass niggas anger ain't even towards women anymore. You're out here fucking arguing with fucking dudes. Like, especially with this just purely thing, you niggas is hoes. That's an ugly ass white woman. What the fuck? That showed a lot. I'm looking at these niggas like, yo, we are really in a bitch-made world like that now? Like, this is what it is? You got Six to God making fun of a black cop because he got dragged down the road because they held on to his arm inside the car? And black men are championing this shit with her? You're laughing at the black man too? How a black woman putting a black man down and got a fucking squad of black men dogging this nigga too? Where we doing that at? You got plastic bitches in this space that change their wigs every day, done got a mouth job, lip job, nose job. She don't even look like she did 3 years ago. You fucking kidding me? But would tell you all these black bitches is fake. What we doing? How a fake bitch talking about all the other girls are fake? How is a feminist telling other girls they're feminists? Like, come on, what are we doing here? We have female content creators that are putting down other women that have the same traits as them. What are we doing? Y'all niggas is blinded by ugly bitches now. I can see pretty girls, but y'all got ugly bitches y'all worshiping now in this space. When Kevin Samuels left this motherfucker, the mental illness has came to forefront. Big shout out to MMD. He said they going to Six Flags amusement park. Big shout outs, bro. Hey, that's a good one. She'll remember it. Take it slow. Take it slow. All right, you're on your right road, man. MMD, you know what you're doing. You're on the right road. But like, let's just be real with the situation here. How much longer are we supposed to continue to just champion weak dudes by taking reaction videos and just pointing out the flaws of what women are doing when you have so many people now that are purposely creating these situations just to entertain the weak man to make him feel powerful? Everybody in the world has catered themselves to the weak man. You got women that are 78 years old, 90 years old on TikTok like, you bitches better learn. Hey, guys ain't gonna want you, and they ain't gonna do that. Million views. That's where we're at. We're at the point now, men's nature is just pointing out the flaws of the woman. That's it. That's what men's nature has became now. Let's point out the flaws of women while we sit around each other like we gay. What do we do now? We ain't doing that. We ain't doing that at Sigma Nation. And that's why the Sigma male is the most attractive guy. Because he's not calling this Looney Tune shit. But granted, you will get the Looney Tune shit. I know exactly how to snap your ass back into reality. I could run them numbers up at any given moment. Don't play with me. It's just a game. I don't take none of this personal. And I'm going to be honest with you. I'm losing more and more respect for men daily. Daily. You would think with all of this red pill content, men would become better. But they haven't. They just became worse, more emotional, more slumped, more porn, more fast foods, more dirty rooms, more crying, more depression, more arguments, more debates, more with something to prove. But the sad part is, if we point this shit out, right? You're the bad guy. I'm the bad guy if I point it out. But if I was to say, she needs a man like that, She needs a man who gonna love her. She needs a man like that. All the good guys are doing that now. That's why these bitches is gonna be mad. These bitches gonna be mad that I don't want them. They gonna be mad I'm sitting at home playing video games. They gonna be mad I'm sitting up eating junk food and not worried about them. They mad I'm sitting on my couch all day, not worried about them. They're mad I put my life on hold, not worried about them. They're mad I'm not accomplishing anything, all because of them. That's a fucking shame that woman's nature managed to push men into their fucking lowest. But we're supposed to be telling you that when it's all said and done, she's going to regret not wanting that nigga. She's going to regret not wanting the guy that play video games. She's going to regret not wanting the guy who hasn't showered in a couple days. She's going to want the guy who's not building anything. She's going to want the guy who cries for no reason. She's going to want the guy who's intelligent, but he's just a great debater. He doesn't have a personality. You mean to tell me women are going to regret wanting that? We're supposed to make you feel like she's going to regret not wanting that. That's where the money at. But that's also where the mental illness is at. See, now, a lot of these content creators, they have to become mentally ill. They have to. They have to get up here and champion the bullshit. They're going to have to argue. They're going to have to fight. They're going to have shock value content. They're going to have to. Because the audience is becoming more and more delusional. The only sad part about it is this is why it's going to be mental illness for the content creator. It's because men grow in advance. We outgrow the content. The person that's watching it doesn't. So for a person to come online every day and pretend to put off a feeling that you're not naturally feeling will catch up to you. This is why you see people blow their brains out. This is why you see a lot of celebrities go through a lot of problems. It's because they're adjusting their self to fit the likeness of the mentally ill. You have to be crazy to convince them. And I've lost a lot of subscribers. My lives don't get jumping like they used to, but hey, that's what it is. I can adjust. I have a strong work ethic. You guys see how many videos and shorts I put out now. I know how to get back in the algorithm. I just have to change my audience because that's what Sigmas do. We're not going to complain. We're just going to get up and get it done, get it done, get it done. But understand, if you're going to come over here and represent a Sigma male, don't hide behind the cameras. Don't give me no fucking definition. Or these guys be sending me big ass paragraphs of their definition of a Sigma male, but they ain't doing shit with their life. Fuck you. We ain't with you, bro. Don't do that. From here on out, if you're going to comment on a Sigma male, I'm going to need you to go ahead and drop your social media so we can see who you are. I'm not playing games with losers anymore. I'm not. That ain't what we're doing. All right? Now, what's going on next? That's it. That's the end of the lecture. I want to thank everybody that did donate to the channel. I'm kind of off my goal, which is why I'm letting y'all know. Let's get some donations in, bro. Show me love. I show you love. But I know I don't get enough donation because I don't really be on that bot shit. Angel Torres come through with another $10. Shout out, bro. He says, just what COs being with being a real motherfucker. Big shout outs, bro. Oh, he says, just what comes with being a real motherfucker. You're right, bro. I know that. And that's what I'm trying to get through, guys, is let them know, like, hey, we have to start promoting more realism when it comes to men. Men have to start seeing more reality in order to get better. All we're doing is pushing men back down into more depression by convincing them that their insecurity thought process is true. Every girl's not bad. And the girl that treats you bad would treat you differently if you had some self-respect. Everyone that's trolling online, women see it. Spilling your heart out online, women see it. Always debating with women, women see it. Men have become crybabies to women's actions, and women are just kind of like shit. We got complainers now. So men are in positions to where I can honestly tell you, you're going to be getting played for the rest of your life. If that woman can't go out with you and see a real man, she gonna go find herself a real man that can hold in that don't have to go through that. The pain that men are going through. The pain that men are going through, nobody cares until it becomes very profitable. No matter what happens in life, a woman is in society is always expecting a man to stand as a man, especially a woman. A woman is always wanting a man to stand as a man. She wants a man who can handle the pain and not cry about it. They'll tell you that they want you to be more in tune with your feelings, but realistically, they don't want you to be in tune with your feelings. They want you to be able to act emotionless. That way she has strength into you. And unfortunately, if I'm a man and I can see that a lot of these guys are weak, then I know women that get approached by men every day are seeing the same damn thing. That's the sad part about it. You have a lot of guys out here in real life that are getting women, but you do have a lot of them that are crybabies. But when you come online, this shit is ridiculous. And the sad part about me is, bro, I'm going to be honest with you, my nigga. I feel a little bit responsible for it because I came in as a motivational dating coach from Sigma Male's point of view because that's what I do in real life. In real life, I mentor real men through their situations. But I ended up going down the reaction video road because it was so profitable that I lured in the weaker man because those reaction videos make the weaker man feel empowered. And I never had a chance to really install change in men because it's like, remember when Sigma Nation was taken, like I was taken off. I was everywhere. I was mentioned everywhere. Viral on TikTok, viral everywhere. I mean, crazy. This is why the bigger YouTubers did reaction videos on me. Everybody that did reaction videos on me has over 3 million subscribers. I never had small time people doing reaction videos on me. I always had the bigger YouTubers doing reaction videos on me. And throughout that process, I switched and did reaction videos because, like I told you guys before, Sigma Male used to be demonetized. My name, Anthony Spade, was demonetized. I couldn't use my name in the video, and I couldn't use Sigma Male in the video. I couldn't use Sigma Nation in the video, which cut down a lot of my money. So with me being popular really fast, I ended up getting demonetized in a different type of way. So I switched to reaction videos in order to keep the money afloat. That's where I messed up at because I feel like in my life, if I would have stuck with the Sigma Male content, I would have made a lot more change to men and I wouldn't be as frustrated as I am with men now. Because the reason why I'm frustrated is because I'm realizing, like, you guys see how many reaction videos I put out? Okay, those did pretty good for compared to the Sigma Nation videos because it's pandering. I know I'm pandering on purpose because it's still a game. It's still business. The difference is the bots don't know the difference. The depressees don't know the difference. When you only want to hear shit that caters to your weak emotion that makes you feel empowered, you're depressed. This is a depressant community, which is why it's easy for guys to be conquered by the women. 90% of these guys will never get a woman again. And it's leaking into the real world because you have a lot more guys that are, big shout outs to Farum Thin comes in with the membership. You have a lot more men that are running to the internet to seek comfort, which I think is bad. Did you guys know that Russia banned Pornhub and porn sites and dating sites and told their people to go out and meet people. Angel Torres says soft boys getting dopamine high. You're definitely right, brother. But the thing is, I don't see how the men are getting dopamine reactions from the women. That's what I don't get. Because like we can't necessarily say, oh, women are this now anymore. Now it's like, all right, that's just common nature now. Like, I think we're kind of beating a dead horse, but we are just catering to guys that are slowly but surely dying off. And I think that that's where a lot of content creators are going to hit the wall here pretty soon, especially when it comes to donations. Because when you keep men in a state of mind of getting weaker, then they're not going to be tough enough to keep making money. They're not going to be competitive enough to make money. So we have a lot of broke people in this space that are getting broker and broker and broker by the day because they're attracting in more bots, which means that you may be able to get a lot of views on your shorts, but the supportedness to your channel is going to shrink. And the reason why it's going to shrink is because the bots that spend all day online don't have any money, but they could pay you in views. But when it comes to views, being that they're suffering from depression, you have to be more grittier. You have to be more grittier. It's got to be you're bad, you're bad, you're bad. Hate bitches. Bitches is bad. That's the thing now. It has to stay that. But even that crowd is starting to dissipate because they're slumping more and more and more into depression. And that's what we're battling now. We're battling men's depression more than anything. But if we stop and look at men's depression, we have to be real with ourselves. Is it really that serious? Is woman nature really that serious to the point where, as a man, you put your entire life on hold? Is it really that serious that woman's nature hurt you to the point where you can't focus on your own life and know where you want to go? Every man's problem is just a woman? That's where we're at. That's where life has placed us. Now there's no going back. There's no going back from here. 90% of guys, you have two options now. Trans or LGBT. I'm going to explain to you why. Because if you don't take yourself out, that's the only thing you're going to be left with, because that's the only things where emotions are allowed. Emotions are not allowed around dominant males. When dominant males see a weak person around them, they get rid of them. Your friends that you group up with in real life that you complain to for all the younger guys, eventually these guys are going to get away from you and they're going to go and live their life. People will get older. As they get older, they start to become more separate from other people. This is what has a lot of men in a state of mind of loneliness. It's because no one wants to hear your complaining, but the people online. No one wants to be around a weak dude, but the people online. So over time, a lot of these guys are going to realize my life has been shrinked. My ambition is inside of my room. The only ambition I had today was clicking on the mouse and watching someone else's life. Men's mental illness has reached an all-time high. The only sad part about it is it ain't no coming back. I've been on this earth for a long time. I done been around the world, 17 different countries. And one thing that I can tell you, when a man slips into depression and his soul is conquered, there's only one way out. There's only one way out. And we already know what that one way is. But you have to understand this in life. The world don't care if you go out. Because you're not, as a man, it's not like women. Women can pile makeup on their face and walk outside and be judged off her beauty. A man can only be judged off his actions. He has to make himself something. He has to make himself the leader. He has to endure the pain. He has to walk through the fire. He has to. That's it. And now we have men that are afraid to even walk, let alone go through the fire. We have men that are depressed so bad they don't even know how to take a shower. They don't know how to bathe. Let alone chase a dream. Let alone go to the gym. Let alone eat healthy. Let alone do something to help them feel good. Big shout outs to Keandre coming in for $4. We're at that point where it's like, all right, most guys can't even walk now. They can't even be a man. We've lost. We've lost. The fight is over with. The man and woman fight, feminist versus masculinity war, we lost. The only ones that are still holding those traits are Sigma males because they keep themselves active. They keep themselves moving. They keep the blood flowing. They don't stand still. That's why we're so attractive. It's because women are energy people. They're not physical people. They're energy frequency people, which is why I showed you guys earlier. Hold on. Which is why I showed you guys earlier. Whenever it comes to traits of women, what do most women find attractive in men? One of the most important characteristics that most women seek in modesty is outspokenness. A man that can speak their mind, not afraid to say anything. Charity, really good, gives back. And honesty. A man that's not afraid to be brutally honest with her. And then you have other attractions here that break down how they like men with beards and things like that. But one thing it didn't say, 6'4" and a 6-pack with a body. Because most guys that get the woman don't have that. So most of these guys are slumped into that position of depression because they don't see themselves in a physical form winning with women when you need to be in shape in a mental form when dealing with women. And it's not about having a whole bunch of knowledge to recite to a woman. You have to have knowledge from experiences. Knowledge from experience and knowledge from a book is two different things. And unfortunately, in the society that we live in today, guys are actually valuing what they learn online as being a wise man. No, you're not wise until you have life experiences. That's the only time you're going to be wise. Without life experiences and stuffed inside of your room, depression takes over. Now you're stuck. Do I take myself out or do I fight? Do I take myself out or do I fight? That's what men are at. You really want to take yourself out, but what you're going to do is you're going to stay up and fight. You're going to stay up and argue. You got to spell correct somebody. You got to grammar check somebody. You got to try to get underneath their skin. You got to try to expose them. You got to try to get a reaction from them. You got to try to get a rush. Right. It works online. till they catch you in real life. See, there's plenty of people that when it comes to Anthony Spade, they like to run their mouth on Instagram. But then when them young boys find you in real life, it'll be a different ballgame. See, when you come out here in the real world, this is what guys are not prepared for. They're not prepared for the belly of the beast anymore. They're walking outside hoping that someone with the same pain as them, they could group together and become themselves a little bit tougher. If a man is unable to go back outside, he's going to lose. Fletcher Smith comes in with the $4.99. Says Sigma Nation faith converts spiritual blessing in manifest. We are royalty. He's absolutely right. Big shout out to that man. He's right. The Sigma male can foresight their future. And when you're slumped into depression, it's going to be hard for you to have an imagination to see your future, to know to put in the work in order to get to that goal. All right, let me see here and answer some people before I get on up out of here. We're going on hour number 2. I'm not going to complain about the donations today. You guys got me over 100. I'll be okay with that because this was one of them. This was one of those lives I wanted to do just to get something off my chest during this process of rebranding. I got to go take Blackjack to the park. But if you guys want to get some donations, get those donations up, man. I need $100 more, but I'll settle for 50. And if you got some questions, get some questions in real quick so I could go ahead and answer some questions before I leave. And make sure those questions are in donations if you can. All right, but other than that, that's all I wanted to say about that today. We don't spend 2 hours on it. I think that has been a good live. I think I got my point across. When it comes to Sigma Nation, please understand that I am in the process of rebranding. I will be speaking from a strong man's point of view from here on out. All the extra baby shit, we're going to save that for the reaction videos. I got more than enough reaction videos for you guys that's going to be coming up for the bots. And I'm going to start smacking you guys with a hell of a lot more Sigma male content to go with the reaction video content because I'm way more comfortable. I got a new camera now for the car, so you're going to be getting a lot more car content as well. All right, let's see what we got here. Enos is definitely in the building. Big shout out to Bill. My man Enos says, you my hero, bro. I'm happy to be your hero, man. I just hope a lot of guys are able to start bettering themselves because it's starting to become pretty embarrassing. I'm not going to lie to you. And to all my Muslims out there, today is the last day for Ramadan. Well, yesterday was the last day for Ramadan, so now I can eat at a regular time in my life. So let's get some questions in real quick and some donations. Show me some love. And I want to thank everybody that did donate today. Let me go all the way back up. To Cyrus Haynes, Angel Torres, Tiger Brad, Sexual Mindset, Big Mind Eye, big shout out, Tito Smiles, Air Max 29, Chad David, MMD came back to back. Big shout outs to MMD. Where else? Angel Torres again, Paradigm Thinned. Angel Torres again, Keandre in the building, Fletcher Smith, big shout outs. Those are the ones so far. Rockavelli, they say most women like older men, but why women are interested in me when I speak to them, then reject when it's them my age. When I give them my age, is that what you're saying? He says, they say most women like older men, but when women are interested in me, when I speak to them, then reject all right. I don't know why they would reject you when they do that. So you're saying that they reject you when you tell them your age? How far of a difference are you saying? You know what I'm saying? That's the thing. Like with men, you have to kind of let the woman pursue you. You gotta like not pursue the woman and allow the woman to pursue you. If it's just 5 or 7 years, that's just what they're saying. Girls will talk out the side of their mouth. But for the most part, you want to keep I wouldn't be an older guy that's necessarily aiming for younger women. You want to wait for the younger women to start throwing themselves in front of you, but I don't see why you would get rejected for a 5 to 7 year difference. I really don't see the reason for that. That's not a big difference when it comes to a woman. Women naturally want older guys. It has to be something else that they're saying out of conversation that causes them to reject you. In a lot of cases, a woman's not going to look at a 5 to 7 year difference as an old head. Now, if you're 45 and she's 20, yeah. But if you're 40 and she's 35, that's not really a big difference for women to be tripping on. So check the other thing, and they may have just used that as an excuse, in my opinion. But most women don't look at that as a big difference. MMD, why do women switch from dating dudes to girls? I work with this girl and she has a child, but with a girl. Because society has told them that they can do that. Women live off emotions, so they want to attach to something that's going to be more dominant to them. One thing that lesbian relationships are good at doing is one girl is good at acting like a real man. If you have a woman who's able to pretend to be a tough guy and she's acting tougher than the guys that the woman is coming across, she's going to go be with the woman because that woman has a sense of protection. Women live off emotions. This is why it's so easy for them to be lesbian now, because they're just chasing a dominant mindset to control them. Women love dominancy. So women nowadays, they looking at all these weak ass dudes. And like I keep trying to tell you, 90% of guys are either simps or complainers. So women are getting sick of that shit. So they'd rather go date another woman. You have to understand, women and men are looking at life through two different lenses. They're looking from an emotional lens. Men are looking from a logical lens. So you're confused about her emotional nature. Her emotional nature says, find leadership. Now, society made it easy for a woman to walk on over to another woman and made it easy for a man to walk on over to another man. So when you see women going to go date other women, it's strictly because of two reasons. One, she may be a baby mother that done been ran through a lot, right? And a woman makes her feel better. Or she feels like she's surrounded by too many weak dudes and she really needs some dominancy in her life and she's attracted to a female. The more weaker the guys become, the higher lesbianhood goes up. Why? Because women who are lesbians actually act like an alpha male. Whether they're an alpha male or not, they act like it. Look at the black lesbians. They dress like it. They try to be it. They run out and get the tattoos. They pretend to be a strong guy. But we don't have enough guys that are pretending to be strong. If the men were to take on the characteristic traits of a butch, which is a butch woman is the male version of the lesbo, right? She's pretending to be masculine and women are attracted to that. But we have men that are not even pretending to be masculine. You get what I'm saying? Women are going to attract towards the dominancy, whether it's male or female, because it's just in their nature. We just have women that can act it, and we have less men that act dominant. They just cry all the time and complain. So, of course, they're going to end up with women. You know what I'm saying? Black Honey is definitely in the building. Big shout out. See, Dre Toronto. All right, let's see. We got any other questions in here? All right. Okay, Michael Johnson says, what makes a man so addicted to attention? And does he ever grow out of it? Emotions make people addicted to attention. That's why I tell you, in Hollywood, majority of the people that make it and behind the scenes are people that's been molested or people that's been through traumatizing environments in their life. Hollywood is filled with people that have horror stories. They have bad backgrounds. So when people have bad backgrounds, they're used to being alone as a little child. A lot of children have spent a lot of time in corners by themselves or inside of their rooms listening to arguments outside their rooms or outside by themselves, not wanting to go home to deal with these type of things. So a lot of children now that's been stuffed inside of the internet their life becomes, I want attention because I didn't get attention. That's why people always say, oh, your parents didn't play with you or you didn't do that. Those are true. The less attention you get when you are a child, the more you're going to seek it as an adult. We just have more men whose parents pushed them into the internet because the internet was a gateway. When I was coming up, the internet wasn't a gateway outlet. I couldn't run to the internet. I had to run outside and get friends, or I had to go build stuff to do my brain. That's how I got into graffiti. You guys know I do a lot of graffiti. I've taken you on my second channel to graffiti parks. I've taken you to Wynwood in Miami and did graffiti on the wall. If you've been following me for years, then you know I do a lot of graffiti. Okay, that's how I was when I was younger. When I was an introvert, I got into graffiti. I got into making music. I had to entertain myself. But we have kids now, they only came online, but they still suffered the abandonment of reality. The more you suffer from not getting physical attention as a child, you will seek it as an adult, and you will start to do things to get it as an adult. The only difference is Generation Z, they're feeling it and they're seeking it immediately, which means that they could be put in their room on a Monday, they're seeking attention by Friday. They need it real bad because there's no connection between the child and the parent. When there's no connection between the child and the child naturally needs attention from the parent, no matter what, because he's been inside of his mother for 9 months. That's the only heart he knows breathing. That's the only blood he knows how to feel. So children need attention from the mother the most because they spent the most time with the mother just by being next to the heart whenever they were in a womb. So the child starts to feel that for pretty much the beginning of their life. The less of it they get, the more they start to seek these voids into their life that they need into their life. So men are addicted to attention because they're probably coming from single mother homes, or they're coming from situations where it was a bad childhood, dysfunctional, toxic home. If you're coming from a toxic home, you're going to be out here doing goofy shit. Why do you think so many LGBT, I got to brighten my hair so people see me. I got to dress a certain way so people see me. I got to be flamboyant everywhere I go so people see me. But they still battle the insecurity. Like I told you, only thing the LGBT do is give each other attention that they never had, and then give each other a lot of compliments, and then act humble. It's the same cycle with them. It's everybody get along. Oh my God, I like your dress. You're so good. You're so pretty. I'm so humble though. I'm so humble. I'm so humble. It's the same shit. Everybody that did not get attention from their parents go to the LGBT community because that's the only place where you could just get attention for doing nothing. Now they got secret codes. Dye your hair green. Dye it green or this greenish blue. That's all you got to do. That's all you have to do now is just dye your hair and people start treating you like you're really sensitive. Start giving you compliments for no reason. And then you get to sit back and act humble. Oh my God, yeah, you're right. Thank you, man. I'm so humble. Men are in that room. We lost. These guys, we ain't getting these motherfuckers back. 90% of guys are done. It's over. Bye. It's over. You're not coming back over here. Men need attention just as much as women now. And that's the sad part about it. And it's just as their heart gets broken and more broken, they just get moved on over into the other communities slowly but surely. Just adapting themselves on over. They don't even see it yet. See, you see how the women have came into the space and conquered? What happens when men stay around women too long? You know, your little cousin that always hangs around auntie, his little girl cousins and grandma, what he doing? You see how powerful women energy is? That's why they say, black women, you've programmed your sons to be in down lows, gays, or dysfunctional niggas. Because most of these black dudes are growing up around mom, grandma, they female cousins, and they female auntie. You sitting in the kitchen with them, nigging and nagging, watching them get ran through with niggas, listening to their problems that they having with men. So all the females got you convinced little Joey is the best guy in the world. Every girl's gonna want him because he's not like all these dudes we keep fucking and sucking, leaving us alone. He's perfect because he does and says what we like him. Yep, and now he gay. Now he down low. He just don't know how to tell his family that he really like men because he's been around so many females that he's taken on their traits. Look at what happened with Bruce Jenner, being around them Kardashian women all day, turned his ass into a motherfucking woman. This is what female energy has done to men. Now the females in this space are just feminizing men even more. Look at how they're separating men in this space, and this is a man's space. Niggas is done. It's over with. We got to start teaching men how to pick out the right guy. What? I'm calling it right now. I'm calling it right now. They gonna be teaching these niggas how to pick out the right guy. Motherfucker gonna be like, well, the 7 signs that a man is playing games on you, and the biggest audience is gonna be men. That's where we're headed towards. That's where the manosphere is going to get to. I can guarantee you that's where it's going to get to. Because none of these guys are headed towards the truth. You know why? I'm going to explain to you. When you're masculine, you don't have too many happy moments. Because you're constantly adapting to life. Your happy moments is in your dreams, when you're mind-boggling, trying to fix something like a puzzle, or you're trying to come up with a way to do something, or you're being very creative. That's what masculine men do. Once they visualize the dream, then it's all about putting in the work to get to the dream. Once we get to the dream, then we create another dream, and we work hard to accomplish that. Once we accomplish that, we create another thing. So it's a forever cycle with masculine men of creating visions and then getting up, putting the work ethic to accomplish those visions, right? So you're never in a happy mood. You're always in a survival mode mood. Your awareness of life is always up. Anybody that's driven for success, that's how it is. You don't have that many happy moments. It takes a lot to get you to smile. The only time you smile is when you accomplish things in life, when you do good in life. If I put out 7 videos and I don't get any views, but I put out 7 more, I don't get any views. I put out 7 more, I don't get any views. And then on that 4th day, all 7 views get a good, that's the only time I'm going to celebrate. Like, damn, I went through all that fucking work just to get to the end. That's the only time we celebrate because we know we have to turn around and create another vision and put in the work to do it. So we're never in a happy mood unless we accomplish stuff. But when you have feminine energy, you're happy when people just give you a compliment. It doesn't matter what the fuck you do. It doesn't matter how hard you work. It doesn't matter what pain you put in to get it. You just happy somebody wants to give you a fucking compliment. You could do the littlest shit in the world. You want a fucking compliment. You want a participation trophy. That's what's wrong. The world has handed out too many participation trophies to men that they never sat back and learned what it takes to win the #1 trophy. They don't know what it's like to win the entire game. They only know how to get a reward for showing up. The person that gets the participation trophy doesn't win in life. They just didn't get their feelings hurt. They're like, even though you lost, Johnny, you came in 9th place, everybody wins around here. That's what the manosphere said. Oh, just because you can't get women, all women are bad around here, buddy. You win just for being a man. See? In the manosphere, you can win just being a man. Because waking up, getting on the grind, chasing your dreams, dealing with the pain, working hard, putting out delayed gratification, not instant gratification. You're not ready for delayed gratification. You're not willing to work hard and give and get the reward at the end. You need it now. So for you to get it now, you need porn now. You need bad food now. You need drama now. You need mood changes now. One thing about feminine energy is so weak that all you need is a compliment to make yourself feel better because you feel so low. Oh, look, Johnny, you spelled your name today. Well, let's give him a clap. He spelled his fucking name today. You did good today, buddy. You spelled your name. Men want compliments for the littlest shit in the world now. They want somebody to pat them on the back for the littlest things in the world. That's the problem that we're facing here. That's the biggest problem that we're facing. Let's go to Enos. Enos says, I'm well aware of the red pill and I use it accordingly when I need it, but I still keep it cordial. But if I have a convo, laugh or smile with a single mother, co-worker, gym members, am I a simp? No. The difference between a simp and a beta is a beta male just gives someone else the power. In other words, if I had to go somewhere, right, and I didn't know anything about where I'm at, and I had to I was like, all right, I got to learn the environment by being around these people. Like, it was like that when I moved to Italy. Like, when I lived in Italy, I didn't speak the language, or I only knew a couple of Italian people that can speak English and Italian. You know what I'm saying? So I had to slowly but surely hang around the dude that spoke both, and then he would place me around other guys, you know, that I didn't know the language, but got to know them little at a time. And you know, you start to build up from there. Okay, I had to play a beta role in order for me to learn. I had to let other people lead so I could learn off of them. In order for you to be a good leader, you have to be a good follower. So you have to understand that you're beta in different positions. When you go to the military, you're naturally going to be beta because you're not the leader. The leader is your drill sergeant, your first sergeants, your commanders. Those are your leaders. Those are considered the alphas. You're just the beta who's placed someone else as your leader. That's the only difference between alphas and betas, is that you're under the leadership of someone else. In order for you to eventually be a good alpha, you have to be a good beta that's studying to be an alpha. That's how life works. No one comes out, I'm the greatest and the toughest, and I'm the greatest man alive. No one's fucking born like that. You have to be a good follower before you could be a good leader. What separates the beta from the simp? The simp is the man who is so obsessed with a woman, he's willing to do anything to get her. Oh, she rejected me 12 times. I kept coming back. I'm going to buy her love. I'm going to pull the money out. I'm going to cry when she don't want me. I'm going to tell her how much I love her. No matter what that woman does to show you that she don't like you, you keep trying to get her. That's a fucking simp. You're a simp when you're placing a woman's emotions above logic just so you can be with her. That is the only time that you are a fucking simp. All of this, oh, hey, I had a conversation with somebody. Am I a simp? I said hello to a woman today. Am I a simp? I walked past a woman and looked at her booty. Am I a simp? No, you're a man. If that woman has said, I don't fucking want you, and you're just like, I'm going to work hard to get you. I'm trying to tell you right now, man, I love you, woman. That's simp shit, bro. That's simp shit. And that's the fucking problem with the internet niggas. I don't know the fucking difference between the two. Big shout out to Spiritual Alpha on them niggas. Y'all don't know the difference between a fucking beta and a simp? It pays to be beta. Sometimes you have to place yourself in a beta frame just to learn. Let somebody else let a dominant person make a fool of himself. You sit back and watch him. You're Sigma when you could branch off. Learn from a distance now. When I was younger and I was in the military and I'm coming from a military family, I wasn't the dominant one. My mom was an alpha at one point. My mom was a major in the fucking army, bro. You know how many men I've seen her curse out? Dad, second lieutenant. You know how many men I've seen him punish? Both of them, 4 wars. Kuwait, Bosnia, Desert Storm twice. I had to be a beta to learn to be a leader. You guys don't have no fucking life experiences like that you just take what definitions people give you online and you try and apply it to your life, but it's not even fucking working. Because even the definitions are misunderstood. There's nothing wrong with being a fucking beta male. A simp, yeah. But simps and betas are not the same people. The same way introverts and loners are not the same people. But on here, everybody has a one-size-fits-all for everything, which is why they're confused, fucked up, depressed, and lonely. Why? You have all the knowledge in the world, but don't know how to apply it to your damn life. Everybody ain't born strong. You got to be broken the fuck down to be strong. You got to be knocked down to get strong. And get your ass right the fuck back up. That's what makes you alpha. You're not alpha because, hey, I'm alpha because woman's nature has no control over me because I'm red pill. You a bitch. Come out here with the big dogs, nigga. When we get mad, you're more likely to get your ass whooped. Come out here with the big dogs. Don't be this alpha online. Y'all come outside. That's when you alpha. When you can stop being it online and you can walk your ass down the street. You still alpha when you beta. Because if I go somewhere right now and I don't know anything about it, I have to fall back as an alpha beta to watch what I need to learn to get ahead. And my camera is dying off. Hold on. I don't even see how my camera died that fast. So hold on. Let me switch the camera. All right. Switch it to another camera. And I got y'all for a little bit, but this camera is showing too much. All right, I got to get off because this camera is fucking over there and it's out of place. It should have been over here. I didn't expect to get on this camera today, but Go Getter comes in with the 1999. Big shout outs, my dude. All right, the button's stuck again. Big shout outs to Go Getter comes in with the $20. Really appreciate it. Black Honey said Spades going in today. I've been going in. We're on the 3rd hour right now. But the message that I want to get across to guys, I don't want to show you guys the whole other side of my damn office. I know that. Because I got a lot of shit over here I don't want y'all to see. The moral of the story here is, guys, she says, I don't get a notification. I know I put out so many videos that nobody got notifications because I just keep putting out videos. So it's almost time to go. But the moral of the story here that I want you guys to understand is you don't need physicality to be attractive to a woman. You need to just be a man. You just have to be able to man up. When it comes to alpha, betas, and sigmas, let's do this. Take all of it out. Even if you got to forget about the sigma, take it all out of your brain. And understand that when it comes to life, you are in this world by yourself. Your parents brought you into this world, but your decisions, your death would be based on your decisions. You could decide if you want to stand still for the rest of your life, eating junk food, sitting at home, getting fat, or you could decide that you want to get up and do something with your life to change. You guys know a month ago, I had a lot of weight on me. Look how much weight I've lost because I've been working out every day to do it. So I'm not perfect either. I go through this stuff too. But as a man, you have to know when you're going to man up to become the best version of yourself. All right? Now I got to let these cameras charge up because my main camera, that's the expensive one. That shit overheated ever since I started pumping that 4K out of it. Let me see what else Enos said. He says, reason I bring that up, I'm going to answer Enos real quick. This one of them day ones. He says, the reason I bring that up is because I was just in an Uber with a female driver, and she was a single mother, pleasant person to talk to during the ride and good personality. But as I'm talking to her, all right, then that's cool, bro. You have to realize this, man. Sigma males, we don't hate women, bro. We understand woman's nature. And I think that a lot of guys came here for woman's nature, but you've been brainwashed into not only hating women, but you've placed a lot of men have placed a setback on their real life. It's like most guys that complain about women are still the guys that are slumped into depression, doing nothing with their life. And it's almost as if like, all right, cool. You've allowed a woman's nature to slow you down from becoming the best man that you can be. That's where I feel, hold on, can I turn this camera? All right, hold on. We turning cameras and shit. We turning cameras. All right. I think, yeah, like a lot of guys have came in here and allowed the nature of a woman to slow them down from their potential of a man, not realizing that your potential as a man should not have to deal with how a woman likes you. Because when it's all said and done, a woman's going to pay attention to your actions way more than she's going to pay attention to what you got coming on up out of your mouth. And those are facts. And the reason for that is you see more ugly, short, and fat guys with more women than anybody. Good-looking guys play out to women real fast if that guy doesn't have a personality. Angel Torres comes in with another 25 bucks. Damn, that button getting stuck again, so we're going to have to bring you with the next one.
Sweet. Y'all understand me? When y'all saying my name, put some respect on it.
All right, big shout outs to Angel Torres. I think he's at like 70 bucks for the day. I had to go ahead and give you one of those dudes. But in closing, I want to just get this off my chest and just let guys know the direction I'm going on this channel. I have to do more motivation than anything. You'll still be getting bot reaction videos, and you're going to get a lot of Sigma male content because I'm really pushing the Sigma male thing because I'm at the point now as a leader in real life and a leader online. I'm just more comfortable going back to my old space in Sigma Nation and promoting that. So if any guy on here personal, you take things personally, it's only going to get worse as I advance. You know what I'm saying? And I will build a new audience. My work ethic is impeccable, and you guys see that. Keandre says, did you ever look into the 2 live streams I sent you on TikTok? Doing a live stream on TikTok and YouTube. TikTok, I have to be careful. I looked into that. They're way more strict than YouTube. A lot of people end up getting banned from YouTube just by going live on TikTok because TikTok has a lot of regulations. It's the same thing with Instagram. You kind of don't want to blend the two, which is why I see a lot of content creators that don't go live on the two. What I'm thinking about doing is building a Discord, and maybe we could try to get that cracking. But for now, I'm just trying to get the momentum on this channel moving up. So we're going to put out a couple more shorts here in a little bit. And then don't worry, we'll get it growing. Once the work ethic increase, everything will fall into place. Black Honey says, just know that a lot of women ain't shit and people will use you. Be aware of taking advantage of opportunities. Be better for you for your sake. And don't lose in the red pill rage. Just elevate. Big shout outs to Black Honey. She's right. A lot of women will use you, but you got to realize women use guys that are simping for them. They don't really use strong men that know what they want, because strong men are not going to do that much simping. A weak man is going to do a lot of simping, not a strong man. And if you're here, a lot of these guys that are claiming Sigma, you're already strong psychologically. So I'm not really worried about a lot of Sigma males. What I am worried about is a lot of guys that try to challenge me on this Sigma versus loners, and we're not the same. Introverts and loners are not the same as a beta male and a simp is not the same, because everyone's going to be in a beta form one way or another. And I think people have to understand that part and not feel so insecure, because I feel like when I'm mentoring guys, a lot of guys feel like, I got to have a six-pack. I got to be rich. I got to be this. I got to be that. I'm telling them, no, when you start thinking you got to be that, but you ain't got the knowledge or the ambition to achieve it, you're only going to be insecure. You're only going to make yourself way more insecure for wanting something really bad, but not having the ambition to do it, because it's harder work than what you could put in for yourself. You don't need to do that. You need to find out what woman you would be masculine to whenever you start to become the best version of yourself. When you start to become the best version of yourself, there's a certain group of women out there that you're going to attract to, but you only see them when you start to become the best version of yourself. And then from there, you have the advantage. Tell you, the same girls that are fucking with Drake won't touch Lil Durk. The same ones that Brad Pitt and all them dudes get, Drake can't get them. It's just two different brackets. It's two different lanes. You want to watch a show? Go watch a show on Netflix with the golfers. Look at how a professional golfer live. They take private jets every day, buy Lamborghinis like they're nothing. But go look at the type of women that they keep around them. They have women around them that are already used to that lifestyle. Those girls don't feel the need to go fuck with a rapper because he got money, or go fuck with a supermodel because he looks good. That's what I want men to understand, is that you have a certain attraction that a certain girl is going to like that doesn't require good looks or a lot of money. It's just going to boil down to who you are as a man, and if you could stand as a man, if you could be a gentleman, if you could chase your dreams, if you could stand firm and not cry. Those things are very important. He says, don't even know who Lil Durk is, and Drake was the light on Degrassi, but I'm not into him like that. Big shout outs. All right, guys, my throat's getting dry right now. We are at the third hour. What I'm going to do is I'm going to leave this live up for everyone, because this is one that I want to watch. You guys will probably get another Sigma male video coming out. I'm going hard on Sigma male content here in a little bit. I'm going to knock out some reaction videos. You're going to get a lot of that. Next week, it's going to get crazy with my content. When I tell you, you guys have been getting what? 3 shorts a day and 2 to 3 videos. Next week, we're going up even higher. All right, so I want to thank everybody for coming out. Aaron M is definitely in the building. Aaron M, you're one of those big supporters, man. You don't really donate, but you show. But you know what I'm saying? I may think about giving you a wrench here in a little bit. You've been coming every time I go live. You're very supportive. Big shout outs to Aaron M. That's one thing I can say. If there's one person I know going to be here, it's going to be you and Keandre and Enos. You guys seem, and Angel and Cyrus Haynes. Oh, I got a lot of y'all that show up in Black Honey. I know y'all going to show up. But I want to thank everybody that did donate to the channel today. And what I am going to do is I'm going to go ahead and get on up out of here. Got to recharge some cameras. Comment, like, subscribe. Me and Black Jack getting ready to go walk through the woods. I'm going to film a video in the woods to give you guys some of that background again. Now, I do want to say this. The background that I did yesterday in the Sigma Male video, I want to start going live out there. The only problem is it has so many dead spots of internet that I don't want the live to click off. So I'm still testing to see where the internet goes out there. We'll start doing some lives out there to show more of a scenery. All right, comment, like, subscribe to both of my channels, and thank you guys very much for coming out.